I've had to be strong in order to survive, and not just survive, but thrive within an industry that really had no place for me when I started. There's been many moments where I would say I found my voice. And I think almost every decade, I've managed to find a new voice for myself. When I was 17, I left home. I was finding my voice outside of my mother's home and figuring out who I was. In my 20s, I think I was learning to be independent, and I had to learn to say no to all the vultures that came around me in the entertainment business that wanted to take a piece of me or somehow use something that I had for their own good, take advantage of me. In my 30s, I had to find my voice. It was my first divorce. I had to stand up for myself in a personal way and stand up for my womanhood and for my right to, be in a relationship that served me. In my 40s, I fought for the right for my kids to be free from the paparazzi. I had to go to Sacramento and fight to change the law to protect my children from being harassed and stalked. And I would think in my 50s, I had to fight to be a director. Like I had to fight to have a second act, to have a new chapter to my career, and it wasn't easy. This wasn't a slam dunk for me. I had to work really hard for this opportunity and prove that I could do it. And it was about finding a new voice, even at this stage in my career. There were a few characters that spoke to me. One was Diane Carroll. The first time I saw a black woman on television in Julia. She was a single mom, she was a nurse, she was educated. I felt a sense of pride seeing her on television. I identified with her. She made me hope and dream, And also Bonnie Franklin. She was another character because she had these two daughters and she was a single mom, and I was living with a single mom. That show was one day at a time, and I felt like it was my life in a way that I was able to check in on every week in the television show. So I felt connected to that family. Let's see, the best piece of advice I've ever gotten. I would say it's been march to the beat of my own drum, run my own race. I think those have been really important in life because I think one can get really sidetracked watching what the others are doing. And I was also told never compare yourself. These are things that I think over the past 30 years have been really fundamental in my ability to not only find success, but find peace while I'm on that journey. Well, the way I push back with people trying to stereotype me and tell me that I'm strong is I remind them I've been told that I was strong since I was knee-high to a bullfrog. Since I've been a little girl, I've been told, you're strong, you're strong, you're strong. So I've always equated that with something positive. I've never taken that word and found any negative connotation to it at all. And especially as a woman and as a woman of color, that strength helped me find a way out of no way. So for me, it's always been a positive way to be described. When people try to weaponize the words that we as women innately are, which is emotional and sensitive, I say, screw you. Because you know what? Being emotional and sensitive has made me the actor that I am today. It's given me a well of emotion to use and draw from. It's probably the greatest assets that I have. And what I do is the way I flip it around, I say to the person, what in those words make you uncomfortable? So maybe you should ask yourself why these words bother you or why being emotional and sensitive seem to be a problem. Maybe it's a question for yourself, not for me. The worst piece of advice has been have a backup plan. You never want a backup plan because if you have a backup plan, chances are you'll fall to your backup plan. And if you really have a dream, I think you have to have blinders on and you have to have only one goal and you have to be relentless in your pursuit of that goal. So when I got told to have a backup plan, I said, screw that. I'm not gonna have a backup plan. What do I wish I was asked more often? Probably tell us something that we don't know. I mean, at this point in my career, so many things have been talked about and vomited and regurgitated. Like, I would love for someone to ask me, tell us something that you don't know. And that is, I play the flute. Nobody knows that.